We have to have enough differentiation in the friendship to say, no, I'm going to be who I am, and you have to deal with it. So relationships are often classed as codependent. Have you heard this term? So when I was looking up the definition of codependence, it was all very psychobabble, and it didn't really explain it as well as I would have liked. And I thought about it myself, and I've decided that a codependent relationship is one where I do something or I don't do something so that you don't have a feeling or you do have a feeling. So let me see if I can make this clearer. If I'm in a codependent relationship with these flowers, then I would pretzel myself and become something that I think these flowers need me to be. Yeah? It's really not comfortable, and after a while I get pretty resentful and shitty with the fact that I have to be this. I haven't actually checked out with the flowers whether they want me to be this. I've second guessed that this is what the flowers want me to be. And then my back starts to hurt and my feet ache, and I start thinking, you bloody flowers, I don't really like being with you. But they never asked me to do this. So this is what happens in a codependent relationship, is we second guess what's required. And when we do away with this and we become differentiated, and we say to the flowers, you're in relationship with Jean, and this is who I am. I have 4 pillars. You are going to find things you don't like about me, and I'm sure we can sort them out. Then the flowers have permission to say to Jean, yes, and I'm flowers, and I'm pink, and I'm white, and if you don't like it, you can deal with it, yeah? So when each of us is prepared to stand up and be who we are, and let the other have their feeling about it. But so often, we try and stop the other from having a feeling. Mothers do this terribly. They bleed when their child is unhappy. Let them bleed. Flowers can have blood, and then we'll wipe it up and we'll put a Band-Aid on Flower's blood. It's not that we should stop being who we are in case the other person has a feeling. Or even if I want them, rather than them not having a feeling, I might want them to have a feeling. So I pretzel myself in the hopes that they have a feeling. So this is part of the ideals and beliefs. And inside of this comes obligation. And guys, obligation is a really nasty piece of work in relationship. It's a little bit like the expectation that you come to my mother's birthday with my family. And a classic in my room that I see a lot with couples is how they feel obliged to meet each other's needs, and then that builds up the resentment in the relationship. And I say that resentment is like weeds in the garden of love. If we're trying to build love and we do things that cause resentment, those are weeds that kill off the blooms of love in the garden. So an example could be, let's say we're both in our second marriage. So I've been married and you've been married, and we each have a child from our first marriage. And your son plays rugby or footy or whatever it is. So on the weekends you like to go and watch your son playing football. Now I actually have no interest in football. It boring as bats, so I just think, well, I don't want to go and watch football. Also in the winter it's freezing. But you want me to come along to the football so that it looks like we're a happy family, okay? So I go to the football and I sit there in the freezing cold and I listen to all the other parents talking about, and I watch the parents running up and down on the side behaving like total loonies while their children are trying to play sport. And the whole thing is just a huge obligation that I should go there and watch your son playing football. Yes, he's my stepson and his mother might be there as well, but I have no interest in doing that. But I do it in order to keep you happy. Then, my daughter, who happens to have been selected for the State Eisteddfod of Descant Recorder playing. Now you all know how delightful it is to hear Descant Recorder. Yeah? So I say to you, come along and hear Betty playing in the Eisteddfod. And that's like your worst nightmare. But because I came to watch Harry playing football and I stood in the freezing cold, you're now going to come along and watch Betty playing in the Eisteddfod. And really, do we need to do this? Could we not just say, look, enjoy the rugby, you know, and make Thomas a lovely sandwich to take with him and just do what you want to do? And even if he says, oh, I really want you to come, you say, yeah, I get that, and I really don't want to come. Deal with it.